which is perfect. 10:30 is perfect. So
Good.
sorry
Good.
about
Good.
all the
No,
inconvenience.
that's okay.
The crazy semester. Yeah, which is
Yeah,
perfect. 10:30 is perfect. So
it's almost over too. Well, no, you're crazy. Oh, let me stop
it's
this. Sorry, hold on.
the crazy semester. Yeah.
Your school crazy semester is almost over.
Yes, it is. This is week 11, so 4 more weeks. Then the last week will be exam. So,
Okay.
and most of my exams are online, so I
Three
don't have
more
in
weeks.
person. Yeah.
3 more weeks. Okay, good.
Yeah, but for us, our class CPE is till the end of January.
December
Yeah.
17th.
17th of December.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
That's the graduation. So that's the 2 hour session. And then we are meeting on the 26th. That's just so we could have the educational cushion. Um, and we have the moral injury piece, which you already know about. And I just scheduled the other two. So yeah, we're almost done too. What did you have any questions about the next 2 weeks?
May I ask, we are meeting December 26th. That is after Christmas.
No, November 26th, not December.
Oh, okay. Okay.
The unit ends, I think I have the date right, the 17th. Graduation, no, it's the 16th. Graduation is on Tuesday, the 16th.
Mhm.
So that's where they have the exit interview and the graduation service. So it's abbreviated. Our last class session is Wednesday, the 10th.
Do you have any clue when the January session start?
It's on the website already.
Oh, I
Yeah,
never go
it's
to our
posted.
website.
It is posted. I'm so
Oh, okay.
glad you're gonna go straight through and
Yeah, I have to.
you'll have an opportunity for another educator because it just broadens, your learning.
Mhm.
To not just get stuck with one, not stuck, but to have more than one educator. So
Not stuck. That is
not
a whole
stuck.
income.
Right. No, it's
Yeah.
not the right word. So
Mhm.
that's good. So yes, it's already out on the website.
Oh, okay.
Did you have anything in particular you
Yes.
okay.
I want to hmm, there's a very complex situation right now. If you got my reflection for this
Yes.
on Lizzie. It is really, really hard for her. As again, this is just for me, my inner processing, because it's a lot of silences. Yet she really wants me to be there, which I was there yesterday. Yesterday's Tuesday. Yeah, yesterday afternoon I was there. She just came back from the hospital on Monday. She's been a lot in and out of the hospital. And had the therapy session she used to, Casper, her husband, used to take her there. But now the lady's very good. She comes to her house. However, Casper was telling me that she comes, they are not spiritual caregivers, so they don't deal well with silence.
Mm,
The therapists, I mean,
right.
don't deal well with silence. And he was like, she comes. And Lizzie is always in that mood because she's very depressed. You can get it. It's like this woman is in and out of the hospital till today. They don't have not diagnosed what is really wrong. What is the dilapidating disease she has? They've never been able to tell
Mm,
her. And it's been several years now that she's going
right.
through that. So these therapists had come in the morning. I was there in the afternoon, had come in the morning. Basically, Lizzie didn't speak at all with her. And after 10 minutes, the therapist just said she wants to go. But Casper said we just came. So this conversation is Casper and the therapist. And Casper was just telling me, one, Lizzie is very detached to this woman. I think because she probes a lot of things that needs to know, doesn't want to go there. So she's become very detached. And Casper's problem is it is the medical insurance of Lizzie that is paying for the therapy. And Casper's problem is she comes 10 minutes, she wants to leave. So Casper asked me, when I went there, just like I wrote to you in the I wrote in my really reflection, my hospital visit was mostly silent. The few dialogue I had was with Casper. With Lizzie was basically just sitting with her. She, I held her hand at her own, grabbing my hand. So Casper was really worried and he wanted me if I can talk with her therapist. And I'm bringing this to you because I feel uncomfortable. It's not my terrain. I can talk to no just overall. I don't, it's not my thing. But he wants me to talk because it feels like this woman is coming and it's again Casper's interpretation. I wasn't there, I never saw. It feels like she's doing very short visits this day, but she's getting paid. Right? She gets paid for the hour that she's spending there, but she's doing very short visit because Lizzie doesn't talk much. And Lizzie doesn't answer her questions too. So he wants me to talk to Lee to the with the therapist to find a way to regain ways she can talk to Lizzie. And then he said he told her already, it's not that Lizzie doesn't want to talk with her. Lizzie is very depressed. And there are certain, he is the husband. There are certain time when she's even in that depressive mood, even him, Casper, can even get through Lizzie. So he wants me to do that. Because why? He said, I've observed you, even when Lizzie doesn't talk, you sit there with her. You hold her hand, and you guys you are just there. Then in and out, Lizzie will say something, but you never leave. Why is it that you don't leave? And the therapist doesn't stay 10 minutes and she wants to leave. So when I came back, I thought about it. I said, I love this. Again, the part of it is the teamwork. I love this collaboration. That's fine. But I don't feel comfortable. I can talk with her to just find out how are things going. But I really do not feel comfortable talking telling her what Casper wants me to discuss with her. I cannot. I don't
You mean
feel
you don't feel comfortable telling the therapist that?
yes. But the one thing I know I can do, because I've met her twice, and it's really good conversation. The one thing I can do though, I can ask her how are things going, you know. So I just thought it's perfect. I have my IS. I'm going to talk with you to see if that what you think. I honestly I don't feel comfortable conveying to her what Casper said. But I
Right.
feel comfortable asking overall how is it going for me through the lens of my desire of holistic care, where
Okay.
it's not compartmentalized that I and the spiritual caregiver and the therapist, if when that situation calls and allows, can really talk with each other. This to for the ultimate good of the care recipient. That piece I can do.
There are some things that may or may not be formally done that I just want to note them, whether or not you all formally do them. So since she is providing care for her as a therapist, she would need her permission to talk to you. So
But
yeah,
Lizzie's
she would need
permission.
Lizzie's permission.
Mhm.
And and she would need that in writing, but she might be fine with it informally if it could be verbal. Um, so then you're doing an interdisciplinary consultation, as you've described it, and you're able to freely talk. And in that context, you're even able to raise your concerns about family.
Mhm.
And it might not be he said to me, you come, you go, la, 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 but he has a concern. He has expressed a concern to me about you being there such a brief period of time. And then that's it. You can express the concern, but you don't inquire. So what do
Mhm.
you think about that? How are you going to fix that? You just say he expressed that concern. And like you said, she'll take it where she wants. So you don't have to feel uncomfortable, especially if you have Lizzie's permission. Then you all can just have an interdisciplinary consultation and all things can be talked about as in you're disclosing this information, as you said, for the good of the patient. But in the absence of Lizzie's permission, it's technically she shouldn't talk to you at all. Technically.
In the absence of a permission, I can't even ask how are things
You
going.
can ask, but she should not discuss it with you at all.
Hmm.
Technically.
Okay. So I think that um, Nisi is really in a very depressive mood right now. Even though when I'm with her, um, it's good because there's some mutual trust and confidence there. And we have even gone to the place of just first name. In the beginning, she used to call me Dr. Alice or Sister Alice and things like that. Now we've just gone to that place of just first name,
How
which is
would you describe that in your spiritual care language?
I mean trust, that we've gained trust.
Okay. So
Um,
I think that over the course of my visits with Lizzie, we have established trust. She began with more formal addressing of me, and now she addresses me by my first name. That's helpful.
mhm,
And it's an observation, so you can share observations with the therapist who
mhm.
may or may not respond to it. But that, as an observation, is helpful.
Oh wow. And I actually did my verbatim on Lizzie, that conversation yesterday. I just um if you look, it's different from how she used to address me in last, I think two units ago. But that observation is very important to lay the background why she's like that. So I'm going to ask so I'm just going to hold off, really ask us whether I need Lizzie's permission for that to happen. I wish she would because she told me, oh, when she was thanking me, I really said thank you for you always sit with me and I feel at peace. It's really good. Then she made this side comment. She comes and go. I didn't know who come and go. I did not ask.
Alice, that is helpful.
Mhm.
That's an extremely helpful comment.
That from her.
But
Yeah,
you said you didn't clarify who she was talking about.
right. I did not want to go there. And I
Let's
wish
talk about that. Why didn't you want to go there?
I wish I probed it.
Yeah, yeah. Why do you wish you had probed it?
You know, you are in my head sometimes. I mean,
I like being in your head.
you are in my head sometimes. It's like, um, you often tell me, don't just interpret it, just let her do it. Don't, you know? So
Let her.
I didn't just feel like I'm the one to ask her to tell me that. She would, if she wanted to tell me, she would be explicit herself
Oh,
without
that's
making
helpful.
her.
Very good. So that's excellent. That makes sense to me. I get it. Now I want to invite you to clarify, because curiosity and clarification are helpful. So, Lizzie, who are you talking about?
Hmm.
Oh, say more. There's no interpretation in that. That's clarification. And you needed that.
Yeah, I didn't go there. And it
You
was
didn't go
also
there. Why didn't
towards
you
the
go
end.
there? Why didn't you
Well,
go?
I just
I
felt,
was in
you know
your
what?
head.
You were in my head because you keep saying you are interpreting for her. You are doing that. You know. So there's that language. I'm learning to find that boundary. And I don't want to interpret the event unless she herself interpret. But you are right, because that probing question, tell me more. That's not interpreting. You're inviting her to talk more, you know.
And in trauma-informed care, I sometimes frame it, would you like to tell me more? Are you comfortable telling me more? To make it even more of an option. So they don't not, it's not a demand. Tell me more.
You know, naturally I would do that, but you are in my head. This thing you keep saying, I'm interpreting,
Yeah.
you
Well,
know?
I think you interpreted, but you don't realize. You interpreted that she was talking about Lizzie. I'm wondering.
Or I
Do-
interpreted that she was talking about Lizzie
And
after Casper mentioned it. Then in retrospect, I said that's whom she was talking about.
but
Because
in the
Casper,
moment when she said it, she just comes and goes. You had no clue what she was talking about.
well, I had inferred, but I did not say anything. I'd inferred.
Very good. Hold that right there. You
Mm-hmm.
inferred, that's interpretation. And your inference was what? What did you infer? That it was the therapist.
Yeah.
And how do you feel about something bad being said about the therapist?
You know, to be very honest to you, I didn't think much more about that.
You didn't. You know why? Because once you interpret it in your brain, you file it and you move out of that as if it is fact. So you interpret it and stop. You weren't interested. That wasn't important. That wasn't your lane. It wasn't significant. But if you could stop before the interpretation and express curiosity, then you're going to go where that leads
I
you.
don't understand. What do you mean stop before the
The
interpretation?
interpretation was, oh, I think she's talking about the therapist. That was the interpretation.
But
And that's what stopped
I
you.
didn't articulate it though.
I know you didn't articulate it. It's in your beautiful brain. And then you stop, you don't ask the question, what are you talking about? Because you've already interpreted it. So if you, that's the stop right there, because then your natural curiosity and your trauma-informed care and all of those other skills you have, the pastoral skills, all of that will flood out from curiosity. So
You see, there are certain things somebody will say that gives you the window to do that. For instance, she said, thank you for coming. She just come and go. I really appreciate you here. I feel a sense of peace. Right? For me, at that point, it was closing the conversation because this one was towards the end. It was closing the conversation. I didn't have window there. And honestly, I didn't even think to do that. But I don't see the window that invites me to say more or to ask more.
very good. That's why I'm so happy you clarified that. So this isn't a good example because it was closing, you were leaving. However, often for our pastoral care visits, it's when we're about to go that the most impactful thing is said,
Mhm,
especially when people are dealing with depression. But
mhm,
again, once you interpret
mhm,
as a cognitively leaning person,
mhm.
you operate out of your interpretation as if it is fact. Here's an example. She just comes and goes. Ding, Alice, interpretation. She's
Yeah,
talking to the therapist.
immediately. Mhm.
Boom. Here's another statement. Hurts me so much, she just comes and goes. Uh-oh, you're going to respond to the hurts me so much, right?
Mhm.
That's the piece you're missing. You took it as fact. She comes and goes. She's talking about the therapist. I'm done. But if you could not be done, and here she comes and goes, stop, don't interpret it. That's where the say more is. It's on the pre-interpretation. Now, in your case, interpret and then think, oh, but let me see if I'm accurate. Are you talking about the therapist? So you don't even have to, you could, or simply, I love say more, but it's right there. That interpretation impacts our coming along or our following our interpretation. And again, this is imperfect. It was at the end, it was a close and all of that. But can you hear it now?
I do, yeah, and I see that, and it was a missed opportunity you are saying. But when you
Oh,
said,
I'm not, wait, hold it, Alice. I did not say it was a missed opportunity. I'm saying it is an opportunity
But I
to
missed that
make that
opportunity though.
distinction.
I missed that opportunity, isn't it? So it's for me, it's
Okay.
a missed
Okay. I
opportunity.
respect that you say that.
Yeah, yeah. But this is the thing you don't understand. You say stop, let your brain stop. My brain don't stop like that.
That's right. Your brain does not stop like that. You're absolutely right. Say that again.
Like
Say
my brain does not stop like that.
it does not. That's the learning goal. When you are in the spiritual care avenue, to make your brain stop right there. You're absolutely right.
Hmm. The brain, they say you should stop.
Only in spiritual care, not in that classroom. Keep rolling, brain.
Brain, put it, leave your brain out of the door. Enter. Just stop. I carry it to church too, and you keep walking and listen to this anyway. The brain should stop. Stand, stop somewhere.
And, and express curiosity. I'm curious. What does that mean? Even though you think you know.
um, oh, is that a question for me?
No, no, that's it. I mean,
Yeah.
there's an example in your outcomes. Uh, well, one is your relational boundaries. You you clearly understand emotional and professional boundaries, but you frame boundary as keeping yourself restraint from self-disclosure or correction or any of those things. But I'm like, oh, she's got boundary, but it's all about restraint, which
Mhm.
makes sense. You just said brain stop. But there was something else. I can't make the connection. You told your brain to stop and my brain stopped too.
That is good. Let it stop together.
So I'm glad that you're going to do this consultation. I'm glad that once you have permission, you'll have a
Yes.
conversation.
I'm
This
going
is
to ask permission. Yeah.
this is right where you want to be in terms of holistic care. What a
Mm-hmm.
gift.
Mm-hmm.
What a gift.
Yeah, I just, yeah. Oh gosh. I, what do you do? I think you have had caregiving situations. Um, what do you do beyond, I don't know. Like I said, Lizzie is extremely depressed. It makes her immobile. I know she's getting because as Caspar was, she's going to get over that. As spiritual caregiver, beyond your presence, beyond just what we do, is there anything you do?
Oh, that
When you
is
see somebody
wonderful.
in so much pain,
Hmm.
and you know it's been gruesome. Once upon a time, she will read some and it calmed her. She doesn't do that anymore.
Hmm.
She just doesn't do that anymore. What do you do though? Because I mean, from a human perspective or anything, and again, this is also the empathy. That's part of what we do. Is there
Hmm.
anything you can suggest or what you do good in situations like that?
That's a wonderful question. And I'm not intending to be difficult.
Hmm.
What does your orienting system direct you to consider doing?
What I again is what I did when she stretched her hand. I held her hand and we sat in silence. And the little smile I saw, which Casper actually told me after, she's not smart like that.
Hmm.
Please, that was all I could do.
Okay.
Remember, also, my brain that you said should stop is always telling me, stay in that zone, stay in that zone.
Okay.
You know, you know that my oriented system will immediately in that moment want to hug her, want to pray with her, want to
Okay.
say comforting words.
Say,
But
take those three things. Hug
mhm,
her, pray
mhm,
with her, say comforting words.
mhm.
What's the intent? Well, let's take the easiest one. Pray with her. So what can you do in light of the fact that you realize praying with her in that moment would be you imposing your orienting system on her?
That is why I'm saying that I can do
You
that
can
because
pray, but
mhm.
it doesn't have to be with her. It can be
And I
separate.
pray in silence. That one I do. Yeah,
Okay,
that
so
one
let's
I
take the
do.
other one. Hug her. What is it in your orienting system that says a hug right now is helpful?
Well, a hug, she should be the one to ask for a hug. Like she was the one to hold my
That's not
hand.
what I asked you. What in your orienting system is a hug doing?
Oh, it's a hug of solidarity. It's very African.
Okay,
A hug of solidarity, and she is African too, by the way. But I couldn't do that. This is spiritual care.
so just as with prayer, I would say you would say if she invited you to pray or requested prayer, you would go there. It doesn't keep you from praying.
Mm-hmm.
And with the hug, if solidarity is what the hug offers,
Mm-hmm.
then you can be curious about solidarity.
Mm-hmm.
I How would you be curious about solidarity?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
Listen, yes, you do. Yes, you do.
In the
So
chaplaincy lane, let me use your word, the chaplaincy lane. That's why I'm
you
asking you. I'm just learning to,
so
you know.
you in your orienting system, there are certain things you feel would be helpful.
Mm-hmm.
You can inquire if the intent of those things would be helpful for that person. So if it's solidarity, if
Mm-hmm.
it's comfort, if it's communication with God, what helps? So this would be me. What helps you in times like this? If they
Mm-hmm.
mention God, I might say, what helps you connect with God? I might ask, what gives you solidarity? Do you even want solidarity with people now? So I'm letting my orienting system inform my curiosity without imposing it. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to do all of them. I could just take one,
Mm-hmm.
and it opens the spiritual care lane
Mm-hmm.
for them to explore
Mm-hmm.
what gives you hope or whatever the language would be. You follow me?
Right, right, right.
And it's not a first turn to, it's a last turn to.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because my concern would be to impose. So I
Right,
might turn to it
right,
last, but not at
right,
not
right.
at all.
Mhm.
Does
That's
that
no, it's absolutely true. It's true. Yeah. Because that instinct to me that it is immediately
right? And Alice, not to just keep belaboring this, but that instinct in you, the hug, the prayer, the ways in which scripture can connect people with God and what's going on in the moment, all of that is good. And
Mhm,
that immediate instinct towards it and to do it is pastoral care. And
mhm,
pastor, in that role, you
mhm.
take off in that.
Right, right. Again, if I was there as a pastoral care, that obviously I would do that. That is why I wasn't there as pastoral care, and then that's why my brain works too much because it is,
Hmm.
I have this multiple hyphens identity that
Yes,
you
you do.
have to be very aware who is Alice in this space.
Mm-hmm.
And that Alice in that space operate in that space as Alice who is in that space, right?
Right.
So for me, those boundaries, in the beginning, those boundaries is like so intertwined that now again my brain works too much because I have to constantly remind myself self-awareness in this work that is stimulating and working in me in to be able to be the person I am, especially to a community that knows me
Exactly.
as
Yes.
a pastor,
Yes.
as the pastoral caregiver. to be in that community in this role. Which I'm going to say one thing, I'm so proud of myself.
I am proud of you.
Really, I'm really so proud of myself because, you know, you know me. I don't go to visits and feel okay with no prayer.
I know. I
You
unfortunately
know,
I have to meet Audrey now at 11. But yes, and yes, I am proud of you. I
so
love your brain.
it works too much. I think I need something to compartmentalize it to stop this way. And you know,
You're already doing it. I gotta switch over and meet Alice. I'll see you tonight.
okay,
All
yes.
right.
I mean,